Marcus Thompson lived alone on his 200-acre ranch, inherited from his grandfather who bought the land in 1952. He farmed peacefully for decades until last year when luxury homes sprouted next door. Willowbrook Estates. These million-dollar houses came with entitled residents who immediately formed a homeowners association. At first, Marcus didn't mind. He stayed within his boundaries, they stayed within theirs. Then the problems began. HOA President Karen Mitchell started sending Marcus notices. First, his old barn was ruining neighborhood aesthetics. Then his cattle were creating offensive odors. Marcus politely explained he'd lived there for 30 years and ran a working ranch. Karen and her HOA board dismissed him entirely. The real shock came via registered mail. The HOA had fined Sarah and Jake $350,000 for multiple violations re old fencing, inappropriate farm equipment, and unauthorized livestock. The letter was clear. Payment due within 30 days or legal action will be taken. Sarah was furious but smart. She pulled out their property documents and checked county records with Jake's help. When they examined the original survey maps, their eyes widened. Their grandfather hadn't bought just 200 acres. The original deed mentioned 847 acres, but boundary lines had been incorrectly marked decades ago. Sarah hired a surveyor for proper measurements. The results were shocking. 80% of Willowbrook Estates sat on their family's land. Due to paperwork errors years ago, developers had mistakenly assumed they were building on county land. Sarah contacted a lawyer. The legal documents were clear. She and Jake were technically the rightful owners of a $60 million development. 1 week later, Sarah made a surprise visit to the HOA board meeting, with Jake by her side for moral support. Karen and the others were confident they could intimidate the young farmers. "Miss Thompson," Karen said arrogantly, "you haven't paid our fine. We're proceeding with legal action." Sarah smiled and placed legal documents on the table while Jake filmed everything on his phone for evidence. "Actually," Sarah said calmly, "we're here to meet with our tenants. Congratulations, you're all now living on our ranch property. Monthly rent will be $5,000 per house." Silence filled the room. The lawyer verified the documents. Everything was legal and binding. Karen's face went pale. This is impossible. "Check the county records," Sarah replied confidently, while Jake grinned behind her. "And about that $350,000 fine, consider it applied toward your first year's rent. You'll still owe us quite a bit more."